Hello and welcome back to Casey Cooks, the best show on the internet. Tonight I am making cauliflower steaks with roasted vegetables and a garlicky sauce. I've made this recipe a couple of times. We're gonna experiment with changing it tonight, so have so much fun. Okay, so obviously for cauliflower steaks you need cauliflower. I've made this recipe with one head before and we pretty much finished it the night of, so I've gotten 2 heads. Recipe calls for roasted peppers, so I'm just going to use 1 green, 1 red. Why am I always out of breath before we start the recipe? Also, for a change, I'm going to add in a sweet potato tonight as well, just to sort of play around with it, learn how to roast a potato. Other things you'll need for the sauce, garlic cloves, whether you want a full bulb or like minced garlic, however you want to play it is fine. Olive oil, butter, Parmesan cheese. You know the recipe always calls for fresh ingredients, but Casey Cooks rarely plays like that, so however you want to use your Parmesan cheese, that's totally up to you. Cream cheese, at least 6 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to play around with that a little bit tonight because the sauce usually ends up kind of like doughy, so I don't know. Recipe for the sauce also calls for chicken stock, but I don't actually think that I have any chicken stock, so we might use vegetable stock or I might just sub that out. Sour cream I'm going to add in instead of heavy cream because I don't have heavy cream tonight. And then seasoning, you know, whatever seasoning you want to add. You can always make this spicier, not spicy, however you want to do it. So the first thing you want to do is wash and cut your vegetables. Set your oven to 400 degrees, 350, depending on how you want things to cook. Gather your garlic, measure that with your heart, of course. And then, yeah, we can get started with cooking. Alright, so here's the thing. I've only ever cut cauliflower like 2 or 3 times. I'm not very good at it. So, basically, my mom says to cut off all the gross parts that don't look so hot. Someone might give you other advice. I'm obviously not an expert. And then you have to cut off the stems, but not all the way because these are supposed to be cauliflower steaks. Now, I've made this recipe a couple of times, so I care a little bit less about the shape of the steaks, so to speak. I kind of don't mind if they're like just cauliflower heads, but I do like to be careful with how I'm cutting, just in case. Okay. Oh, still got some. This is so messy. Okay. Next, I know that we have to cut off these parts, but I don't really know how to do that, so we're learning together. This is Casey Cooks. Make a mess or a masterpiece. It's up to you. I'm gonna move this. I have no room to cook. It's fine. Alright, now I'm under the impression that we shouldn't cut the entire stalk off because we're supposed to be making steaks, so they're supposed to be flat-ish. So I'm gonna cut this way, like the stalk down. I'm gonna clean the thing first, and then I'm gonna cut it. Okay. Now we're gonna start cutting. We're gonna hope for the best. Now, since the stalk is intact, these should theoretically cut. Nope. They should theoretically cut into flat pieces. So that's sort of flat. I'm gonna put all of my pieces onto this tray that I'm gonna spray. And we'll play it by ear. Honestly, like I said, I don't really mind if they're flat or not anymore. I've made this a couple of times. We're not that upset. We're not that worried. And like I said, this is a really massive cauliflower. So if it falls apart, it falls apart. Oh, I cut on both sides. See, that sort of went flat. You can't see it. But that's a piece. Oh gosh, it's falling apart. Oh God. It's got some stem in here as well. Let's see what our next piece looks like. 4 pieces. definitely pieces, plural. Although, this one isn't that bad. It's like a Rorschach painting. Alright, if you were with me on the last Casey Cooks, you know that I am just like horrible at cutting peppers. Not very good at it. Put them there. It's actually not that bad. This is not the way I was taught to cut peppers. But it's the way we're doing it. Oh, okay. Trash can coming to the rescue. Don't ever cut towards yourself. I'm a bad egg. Actually, just try not to do what I'm doing. If you know how to cut vegetables, just, do your own thing. So I've spent a lot of time cutting vegetables. Oops. But, oh, that wasn't supposed to go there. Oh well. I had way more cauliflower than I anticipated, so that's okay. So I'm gonna cut up a red pepper, a red pepper, and a green pepper. And then I'm gonna Google how to cut a sweet potato, because I don't know how to do that, but I want to include sweet potato in this recipe. And then I'm gonna season them. And then I'm gonna make a salad, because if you know anything about Casey Cooks, we like to make a snack while we prepare our meal. And that is also not the way I was taught to cut peppers. Not at all. Absolutely not it, chief. So any size you want is fine. There's really no rules when you're making food with Casey Cooks. No rules. Like I said, I don't know how to cut vegetables, so your way is probably better than mine. I'm like stressed out cutting these vegetables. You can hear my hitch in my breath. Can I use this tool for this? Oh, maybe. I know nothing. It said to peel it, but I can't find the peeler. Okay, I found this thing. It's how my grandparents used to slice things. I don't know if I hurt myself or not. This doesn't look safe either. But it's happening a lot faster than the other one. It's like 3D. So this knife doesn't feel very secure. Like, it's shaky. There are people watching this that are like, what are you doing? Your guess is as good as mine. We weren't meant to have it. I was like, I shouldn't hold the slimy side. And then it's not even like it's okay because I was peeling it. Okay, next thing you're gonna need is olive oil, garlic, and your seasoning. So we're gonna save, I pulled out a bulb of garlic because you measure garlic with your heart. And we're gonna put in a little bit of garlic to roast with the veggies, but not that much because we still need garlic for our garlic sauce. Oh my gosh, this is the biggest. Everything at the grocery store has been humongous. Uh-oh. I'm not very good at peeling vegetables. It's like back to the, is garlic a vegetable? I don't even know. how massive that is. So I'll stick that in there. Alright, now my garlic is in the vegetables. I'm gonna season a little bit, so I brought some curry powder, but I'm not gonna use that much of it because I don't really like spice that much. Not this much. But it does smell good. So I'm just gonna use a little bit. We'll see what a little bit actually means. So this is, oh god, that was too many. Get out of there. Get out of there. Alright, well those pieces are about to be like really spicy. Okay, yeah, like that's enough for the whole thing. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of curry on our vegetables. Like very, oh god, I'm not very good at spreading. Then I brought a little bit of cumin, again, same thing, just like very light. Put the cumin on the pieces I didn't put the curry powder on. Don't even actually have that much in the container, so that's good. Alright, and then everything else I'm just going to cover in paprika because you can never have too much paprika. And paprika's the best. It's delicious. Doing our best. Make a mess or a masterpiece, it's up to you. I always make both. Remember, if you spill salt, just toss that over the left shoulder, good to go. Alright, so now they're seasoned. You're going to need olive oil. This should be a light drizzle. You don't want it to pop too much, but a light drizzle on top helps them cook. This bag is really annoying. Alright, now I'm going to pop these babies in for 10 minutes, then I'll flip, and then another 10 minutes, and then we'll see how it's going. Next thing's next, I'm going to make a salad, and then we'll start making the sauce. Okay, so like I said, we're playing around with the... Okay. Apparently I don't know how to use the burners, it's fine. Playing around with the recipe this time. So I added a whole stick of butter instead of like the usual. I'm gonna add in a little bit of cream cheese. I'm not gonna add in the feta this time. Last time I did that, I think that might be the reason why it's like getting so play-doughy. I'm supposed to add in the garlic, but the garlic's not ready yet because it's still roasting. And I'm not completely sure that I'm even like putting in the right ingredients. Like I said, I'm not using chicken stock this time. Butter, olive oil. The recipe is on my phone, which I'm using the phone. So maybe the cheese I'm supposed to make the cream cheese dissolve ahead of time. I don't know. I'm gonna add in some sour cream. So the sauce failed. So it's because I don't have all the ingredients, so that's my own fault. I'm gonna use Alfredo instead, and we're just gonna kick it up a notch with some seasoning. And also some cheese. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this back on. We're gonna heat this basil and some parsley. I've already flipped the cauliflower. Made our salad. And this Alfredo is tested, so no worries. Alright, and then we'll stir that. We'll get that ready. I'm just now realizing the garlic is roasting in there for like no reason now. But it'll flavor the vegetables. And we can maybe leave it. I don't know, who doesn't love biting into a bunch of garlic? Alright, so this is what we're looking at. This is just Alfredo, Parmesan cheese, parsley, and basil.